I don't know if I hurt her or something, or if it was my knees bouncing off the mat or something. But I think I did. I'm not sure. You know, that's part of the game, wrestling. You know, I got hurt too before this with my elbow, so it's part of wrestling.
First one was a wild one, though.
Yeah,
you had to come from behind, right?
First one was cool. Yeah, first one was exciting. You know, that's Austin Nutter. He's an explosive kid. He's gonna go for throws. You know, I'm a little lanky. I know how to use my hips, so you know I floated some of them. You know, got into a body lock position with him and capitalized on it. Took him down.
What were prominent thoughts in your head coming out of that match as you prepared for match 2?
Prominent match. I feel like I don't need to take it that long, the second period. All the way, I think I could have teched him, you know, from my parterre. I do have an elbow injury a little bit, so it was hard for me to get to my parterre positions. But, you know, just capitalize on his mistakes.
He's a guy that you wrestled frequently. You had close matches with. You know, what do you know coming into the match that you have to expect from him, and what positions are he the best in?
You know, Nutter, once again, he's a very explosive kid. He likes to throw from any position, every position. He has really good parterre. So coming into this, I was gonna make sure he couldn't get it to his right side lift. You know, if he tries to attempt those throws, step around and capitalize on mistakes.
And during that first match, you're sitting right in front of your family. They're very vocal, very supportive of you.
Yeah.
You know, what does it mean having, you know, being able to hear them possibly during the match?
You know, my wife and my mom I wouldn't trade them for anything in this world. They're my biggest fans, and just them two alone are like 100 fans. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, and I can hear them. So, you know, I thank them every day for their support, and their positivity helps me a lot.
Talk about Nutter being explosive. How big is it to get the second win so you don't have to worry about a third, like a, you know, let her go home kind of match?
Yeah, I did not want to make this go to the third match. He's a really good kid. You know, I've known Nutter since he was 16, 17 years old, coming up to Northern Michigan University. So, you know, I was one of the senior guys. He was one of the younger guys, so I mentored him. And look at him today. He's one of the top guys in the U.S. So, good for him.
What's that like to compete with the guys that you mentored back in the day at this kind of stage?
It's amazing. You know, every quad you see new upcoming guys. You know, meet up with these senior guys that's been here for years, as like myself, and you know, it's great seeing a former teammate of mine.
You felt the best guys in the world. What will it take for yourself to get on the podium?
I think so. Coming into the World Championships, obviously I'm gonna get back on the mat after maybe a week break. Get back on the mat, you know, work on my little mistakes, probably work a little more on parterre, capitalizing on mistakes, throwing, all that stuff. And mostly I think it's my mental game. Coming into the Olympic Championships 2 years ago, I think I was just so hyped and, you know, such a build-up. It was 2 years in the making, and I was just so mentally not prepared. I think I was just so excited to be there. And this time coming around, you know, I'm matured and I'm, you know, calming down and making sure my mentality game is there.
Beat the Streets puts on an amazing event here at Madison Square Garden, Hulu Theater. What's it like to be in New York City and Beat the Streets putting on such an event?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It feels great, you know, having wrestling be part of this. It's growing the sport, and having it here in Madison Square Garden, the biggest, you know, theater, right, in the country, or biggest arena in the country. And, you know, I'm glad wrestling can make it up here, and we're promoting the sport.
Talking about growing the sport, I mean, D'Angelo talked about it the other day. How big is it for Greco to get his name out there more, and for just you guys to kind of push that?
Yeah, Greco doesn't have too much support other than WCAP program, you know, the Michigan University program, and not even that. We don't get as funding like the other guys, freestyle guys. Like D'Angelo said, we're like a second class, you know, person in this sport. But that only comes with change and medals, more medals, and, you know, like what you saw today, all this high-flying Greco stuff. You guys were excited. You guys thought that was cool, right? So that's going to bring, hopefully, more people into the game.
Can you talk about the WCAP program a little bit? Like, what's the life like? I mean, you're in the Army. You're a soldier, right?
Yes, I'm a soldier first, athlete second. you know, the world class athlete program allows us to, you know, be, you know, there's like multiple sports in the world class athlete program, and allows us to do that. You know, financially they support us. You know, we get all the benefits as other soldiers does, and it's a great program for us wrestlers because we don't have to think in the back of our mind what, you know, how much money we gotta save up at the end of the day, or, you know, how am I buying my house or anything like that. We're all taken care of at WCAP.
What about for your career in the Army, if you choose that?
Yeah, so my military occupation is military police. After I'm done wrestling, probably got a couple more years in me, but after I'm done wrestling, for sure I'm gonna give it my full 20 years in the military and get back into my military occupation.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.